he said that that I was able to see that because I can actually be a leader.
So you have the potential to be a leader, and it's showing you that in another dimension that's simultaneous with this one, you are a leader, huh?
Yes.
A wise leader who's keeping a lot of people from harm. Then that's a good thing then, yes?
Yes.
Oh, very good. And just out of curiosity, pure curiosity, did you have a name in that existence? They called you Master, but did you have a name? Did they have names?
No, that's all they called me.
Okay. And ask him, how many times does he know, have you been to the earth? Is this your first incarnation, or have you been here before?
I said, this is my first time.
Ah, it's your first time. And what drew you toward the earth this time?
He just said that it was to bring him and my family happiness.
Ah, to bring him and your family happiness. Ah, very good. So was he happy being your brother? Was he your big brother? Your older brother?
Yes.
So was he really happy being your older brother?
Yes.
Beautiful. And before you came to the planet Earth, where were you before then? Were you the master in that other place, in that other dimension, or where were you before you came to the Earth? In another dimension, or where?
He said that I was their leader. That they needed someone they could trust that would keep them safe. That just like that happened. That dimension. That I can make it happen here.
Oh, okay. Is that in that other dimension, it's happening at the exact same time that this one is happening as well, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And before you decide to focus on the earth, you were focusing there first? Before the earth?
He said it was like they were testing to see if I would do a good job.
Oh, very good. And who is they?
He doesn't know.
Was it a council?
He doesn't know.
Oh, very good. And is there only, that you say, since you're being tested, is there only one expression of you on the planet now? That was your question 12. Is there only one expression of you here now? Or is there several or many of you simultaneously expressed here now on the planet Earth?
There's just one.
Oh, very good. They say that there are 7 people in the world that look just like you. Is that true? Ask your brother, he knows.
He said that physically, yes.
Oh, physically there are?
Physically, there's people that look like me.
Oh, okay. You think you ever... What else did he say? I'm sorry. Ask him, do you know Andrew from a past life? Or from a, not, we know there's no such thing as past and future, but from your linear perspective, do you know your friend Andrew from another incarnation besides this one here?
He's not familiar with him.
Oh, very good. Ask him, what does he know about your friend Geraldo? Does he know, or do you know Geraldo from another life or anything? You don't know him either, probably. See.
No.
And what about your friend Sophia? That's okay. We were just curious. You had some questions, and you will ask later. You know, ask your brother, you have this need to be really controlling all the time. What does that have? Does that have to do with that last life where you were the master and you had to control the people? Or what is that coming from? Why do you have a need to control everything?
He said that that's something that I picked up. That if I do it, it's because I want to make things better. But that's not the right way to do things.
So is he giving you some big...
that sometimes what I want or what I think is right is not always right. But that if I try to control something or someone, is because I don't want it to be bad or to get worse.
Understood. Tom, thank you for that. And you also had another question, if you don't mind. This is, why do you need to... What did you think that you need to know most in this lifetime? Something that will help you with your personality and from how he knows you from that side. What could he tell you about yourself that you really should need, that you should know, that you probably can't see about yourself, that he can easily see? Please.
He said that sometimes I should just look at stuff and don't say anything about it.
Let other people live their life and make their own mistakes.
Yes.
Why don't you really like pets or snakes or anything like that?
He said that when I was leading those group of people, the thing that was on the dark side was snakes. It's just that since it was dark, we weren't able to see them, but that's what it was.
Ah, there were snakes in the dark side. So were they large snakes?
All kinds.
Did they all?
They were consuming the good.
Okay.
They would destroy everything that they would come across. But we didn't know what it was because it was always so dark.
And these were serpents then, huh?
Yes.
Did they consume the queen or the princess? Did they? Is that what happened to her?
Yes.
Is there anything else that he could tell you about that life since they showed him that is affecting you in this life here today?
He doesn't say anything.
Oh, very good. And ask him, do you and Hank have any connections whatsoever before this life, or how did we have such a strong connection? Is that literally just from him, or had we had past incarnations together?
He said that when we met, it was the first time that I have ever met you.
No, very good. So when we met was the very first time. But he knew that I did this type of work though?
He just knew that you helped me see it.
That I was able to help. Okay. Did he knew when you first met me?
Yes.
And how did he know that? Please.
He just said that he was trying to find a way to speak to me.
Mm-hmm.
And that whenever me and you got close to each other, he saw that energy. So he knew that you'll be able to help me.
He saw my energy?
Yes.
Is it high? It has a certain resonance, huh?
Yes.
Okay. That's interesting to know. You said you have a lot of dreams and about things, and then they happen. What is that all about? Is that one of your gifts?
He said that they're like warning signs.
Are they pretty accurate?
He says that sometimes when they happen, sometimes when they happen, I forget. But as soon as they happen, it kind of like, I remember about them.
So they're warning signs of good things and other things as well, right? Not just bad things, right? They're just good warnings, or they are what they are?
He said that sometimes they're bad, but most of the time they're good memories that I'm about to go through.
Very good. Because we've played this entire game out on another dimension and we're finished already, aren't we?
Yes.
Oh, very good. Why do you have the parents that you guys have? What made you guys choose those two as your parents?
He said that we didn't choose them. They chose us.
Very good. So did they choose, your parents chose you guys, so are they making the choice in their dream state, in their higher selves, making the choice? Is that where they have an opportunity to meet you and choose? That's very important. But you do have a say in it though, don't you? If you decide that you want to incarnate as their child, is that correct?
He said that everyone has the option to be born and to be with those people.
So when they chose you, you could have said, well, yes, or you could say no. Is that correct? When you made the plan to be their child, when both of you made the plan to be their child?
Yes.
Okay. So they chose you, they asked you, you thought it was a great idea, and you did it. So did you know beforehand that at one point your brother was going to leave you, and you just forgot about it?
I don't know.
Once you passed through the veil, or once you came into body, did you forget about the plan you made during the choosing?
No.
Okay, that's okay. Why do you like such expensive stuff?
He said that other dimension, I was always used to have the good stuff, like the big house, the gold ring.
So as the master, you came from, you had a lot of responsibility, and that afforded you a lot of position and a lot of means then, huh?
Yes.
So that must have been the incarnation that you had, although it's happening simultaneously. It's the one that's influencing you the most in this life? You had a couple more questions. What about your relationship with Tiffany? Have you had any relationship with Tiffany before this incarnation here?
He said that Tiffany's the lady with the brown cape.
Ah, Tiffany's the woman with the brown cape.
That we've been together since back then. That's why we're really good friends.
Oh, that makes sense. And who was the woman with the brown cape? He knows. Who was she? You guys seem to be living in the same home. You seem to be the same age. You seem to be the same species. Was she your mate?
No.
Very good.
She was just a lady that would take care of the princess. And since the princess...
Was the princess your daughter?
No.
Well, they called you master. If she took care of the princess and you took care of the people, was there a king that had? Was there a king? If she's a princess, she means she's the daughter of royalty. Who was the royalty?
All he knows is that they were also eaten by the dark.
Oh my! Oh, the king and the royal family was eaten.
The king and the queen.
Oh my!
They were eaten by the dark. Then when the princess stood up to take care of them, she got eaten by the dark because she wasn't strong enough. So then they were waiting for me. And the lady with the brown cape, she was a really strong woman, so she knew how to control the people with the 3 fingers.
How did she do that? Telepathically, or did she have some type of power or gift? Understood. And he wasn't associated with you in that existence at all. He's familiar with it because he's tapping into you now. Is that correct?
Yes.
Oh, very good. Do you foresee yourself, does he foresee you being able to help others in this lifetime?
Yes.
Very good. And how does he foresee you helping others in this lifetime?
He said there will be people that will come to me with pain, and that I'll be able to reduce it or take it away.
With your massage?
Yes, with my hands.
Oh, very nicely. And you would say, once again, you have healing hands then, is that correct?
Yes.
Ah, beautiful. Very, very beautiful. And you're very thankful. I want you to give your brother a big hug and tell him how much you love him. And tell him that you're going to come and visit him in your dreams. Is he going to be there for you in your dreams?
Yes.
Very good. And ask him, is that all you need to do is before you go to sleep is say, I want to see you in my dreams, and will that help for you to have those dreams so you can connect? So you're going to give yourself the suggestion before you go to sleep that you want to see your brother in your dreams. You're going to give yourself the suggestion to remember the dreams as well, so you can remember. Ask him, is that what's best?
Yes, he said he'll help.
Oh, very good. And ask him, should you keep a record of the dreams that he has? Will that help you by keeping a record of what you're telling him and the communication you're having? to make it feel like you guys are still together here? Is that a good idea?
He said no.
Did he say yes?
He said no.
He says not a good idea? Does it make you dwell on him? Have you been dwelling on your brother?
He said I'll get attached again. That then, if that was to happen, then all I would want to do is sleep. He doesn't want me to do that.
Very good. He wants you to focus on your life and live it to the fullest.
Yes.
And you know that he loves you. And he'll always be there. That's pretty good advice, isn't it? Can you handle that? I believe you can. Well, ask him. Can you come back and visit him like this then? If it's not too often, Hank will make him have to pay it, and he can't afford it. What's he telling you? You can share.
He's just telling me that I need to focus on my family and the people that I have here.
Oh, very good.
That he'll always be watching after me. And that right now he took the time to be with me. So the time that we've been talking, he just dedicated this time for me.
Oh, beautiful.
But that he can't do this all the time because then my parents or my other siblings wouldn't be as protected.
Understood. So his focus is really focused on you right now. Had he had to lower his vibration to connect with the earth plane as such? Okay. I want you to give him another hug and look at him in his face and see him and experience him and absorb his love. Squeeze him hard. Tell him you love him. And take a long, slow, deep breath. And I want you to thank him for his time and his love and for his explanation. And thank him for always being there for him. And even if we don't connect like this, you're still going to talk to him whenever you need to. He's just happy. Now you know he'll be there listening. Will he listen to you when you talk to him?
Yes.
Very good. You won't have to focus there. Very good. So go ahead and let him go back into the light in the door. And then hold it. Is he gone yet? Don't let him go. Tell him to hold tight. Did he stop? Ask him to come back just for a moment, please. Is he back? Just one moment. Okay. Just ask him, whatever happened to the bird? Whatever happened to the bird, the white bird with the red feathers? Was she taking care of the mother bird?